I'd like to, welcome Elite Pro 9 Fred Graves to the webinar. Fred, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, man, you're coming in loud and clear. Thank you so much, man, for being on tonight. I know how busy you are. It's the end of the month, too, and I know you're flame throwing as well. So,
absolutely,
what ahead, huh, with this new product launch?
Insane. It's cool listening to your story. And, sometimes in life we think of, oh, man, how are we going to get out of a certain situation? You went through it. I went through it. And, man, when I look back at the story of what led me here, I can promise you 10 and a half years ago, man, I didn't know if there was any hope in life. I mean, I was that low.
Yeah, can you do me a favor? I was hoping you would have put this on your bio. Before you get started with the opportunity tonight, can you just kind of share what your honeymoon night was with everybody? I mean, that's a story I can never forget.
Well, here's the deal. I came back to America August of 2009, and I had a suitcase full of clothes and just like trying to figure life out. This came into my lap November of 2009, and everything added up to me. And I'll hit on that in a minute. But to get to your question, we got involved in November. After 20 minutes of hearing this information, there's no way I could say no. It made sense. We got involved. We left ourselves with $200 to our name, tripled our revenue in the first week, and we were off to the races. And so November we got involved. December I got engaged, and we were getting married in February. Well, there was our first Elite Academy coming up in Salt Lake City. And my wife kind of looked at me, fiance at the time, and she's like, we're not going on a honeymoon, are we? I'm like, a honeymoon? We have an opportunity to create a life that people can't even imagine. We're going to learn everything we can. We're going to go bust our butt, and we're going to create a life where we can live our life on a honeymoon. And you know what? She supported it. And, it's our joke now that we really didn't have a honeymoon. I mean, from a financial standpoint, it cost us all the money we had to get flights to go there. But, in life, if you want change, you got to be willing to learn. And when we had the opportunity to get around and rub shoulders with people that how we want, man, that's all that I know in life, bro. All I know in life, if someone has something that I want, I'm going to walk the way they walk, talk the way they talk. I'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. So.
Well, I was kind of hoping that you would have some pictures of your brand spanking new house. I'm thinking about your honeymoon. I'm thinking about the $200 you had in your pocket 10 years ago. And I wish I could plaster how just absolutely gorgeous, that beautiful house is of yours in Louisiana. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man.
It's hard work. The operative word, folks, what Fred said was hard work. And I tell you what, you don't have to be destitute like myself and him getting started. But I tell you one thing that he's learned and I learned, you always want to dig the well before you need water. So Fred, why don't you just kind of start the whole thing off tonight, sharing everybody, what attracted you to this company? And I'll let you have it from here.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gabe. I appreciate the opportunity to spend some time with you guys. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I want to share my story a little bit more detailed, simply because I feel like anytime anybody hears of an opportunity, they're always trying to size up, will it work for me? And if you guys are sitting here, obviously someone has shared some information with you, probably starting with our phenomenal technology and products. And sometimes people go, well, man, I don't know nothing about the medical world. How can I represent a company that has patents on the biggest breakthrough in medicine? And so I want to share my story with you because in most cases, you would need some experience. You would need to know some knowledge. With this, you do got to have a desire of change. And so think about this. It's November of 2009. I'm renting a bedroom for my buddy for $300 a month because we were broke, starting our life over. And my brother-in-law showed me this opportunity. And I'm going to share with you what caught my attention. He played this investigative report, and I don't watch the news. I've realized a long time ago, nothing in life, if I can't control, I don't need to worry about it. And the news, I for sure can't control, and I don't need to worry about it. And usually, there's nothing positive on it. So why would I want that to even enter my brain? So I don't watch the news. So I'm watching this investigative report because he told me to watch it. We would talk after. But I do know I've watched enough news growing up. If you see investigative report on the top, it's about to get juicy. I mean, they're not there for positive press. They're there to expose the person, the place, the person, the business, whoever they're investigating. They're there to investigate them usually because they don't agree with them, right? So what caught my attention when they investigated this company LifeVantage is the scientists didn't just sit there and explain what the products were and what were in it. He said, okay, here's the claim that we're saying our product does. You're investigating my claim, obviously. Let's see. So he did a blood test on national TV. So think about this. News reporter, ABC News goes out investigating the scientist. The scientist says, well, let's draw your blood. He measured something called oxidative stress. Never even heard of that before. But he measures levels of oxidative stress, put him on this product with this new type of technology for 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, he remeasured his oxidative stress levels, and it showed that this product lowered it 45% in 2 weeks. Again, I'm being really real with all of you guys. I don't understand what oxidative stress is. I don't know this technology they speak of. I can't spell half the crap that they're talking about. I dropped out of school at 16, okay? But here's what caught my attention. What I found out was oxidative stress is something that the medical world has been searching and researching for the last 35 years. I mean, there's journals that you can go look, and oxidative stress links to almost every single disease there is, an illness. It also is the precursor to why we age. So the reason why we age, and it leads to majority of the illness and diseases, and we've never heard about it. Why do you think we never heard about it? So there's nothing you can do about it. There's no diet. There's no exercise. I don't care if you're 3% body fat or you're eating McDonald's right now. Yes, there's wiser ways to go through life and take care of your health, but there's nothing you can do to lower oxidative stress. And I'm watching on national TV, the scientists pretty much debunk the reporter. Then I found out that this company was publicly traded and had patents on this technology. And so it kind of entered my mind, well, dude, who's going to listen to me? They know me from running heavy equipment and semis. But here's what caught my attention was institutions that every one of you guys and everyone else around the world puts their life and their health in the hands of. American Heart Association, Harvard, Duke, LSU, the Institute of Aging, all these major medical institutions, they've put their reputation on the line of this product saying, yeah, this is where medicine's heading. So for me, it was a no-brainer. It's not my reputation that you've got to listen to, or Gabe's, or the person that invited you on here tonight. It's the reputation of institutions that you already put your life in the hands of, right? They're the ones stating all of the claims that we're stating about this type of technology. So for me, Gabe, it was a no-brainer. And here's why it was a no-brainer, is because all the businesses that I've owned, here's what I was really good at in life, is I tried to figure out how to position myself in front of the masses. You see, if you position yourself in front of the masses, you win. I don't care what service is it, what product it is. I don't care what you're doing. If you position yourself in front of the masses, you win. Think about real estate. Do you think location is kind of important key if you're really wanting to expand your real estate portfolio? Yeah, every single one of you guys would have loved to buy and had enough money to buy real estate in Miami, South Beach 30 years ago. I wasn't alive 40 years ago when things were booming and had that opportunity. Uber also never called me, and Facebook never called me, and Amazon never called me. So I'm explaining to you guys why I said yes. It's a very simple concept. Today, we live in a world where technology is changing every day. Technology has changed the way that we do our life. We are on a Zoom right now. There's over 300 people around the world live, seeing my face, hearing my voice from around the world. It's being recorded, and it's being published on Facebook. Times are changing. Technology is changing everything that we know. Amazon has changed the way that you shop. Facebook has changed the way you talk to your mother and your neighbor from communication. It's changed the economy. The gig economy that we live in, I don't know if a lot of you guys know that. We live right now in what's called the gig economy. The gig economy is where technology is taking over. And so I saw all these change happening. And one thing I identified was when technology changes, society adapts. Every one of us, we want the most convenient, smallest, fastest gadget we can get our hands on. And so one of the things that I looked at was, here's my shot. I didn't understand the science. You guys, Gabe was being very humble when he shared his resume of his experience in the medical industry. The guy knows his stuff and understands this medical side. I didn't. But what I understand is business. What I understood is a publicly traded company with medical breakthrough products, with science from these institutions around the world saying what this is, and no one knows about it, is a massive opportunity. Do you guys realize that majority of the people you know, by the masses, have never heard about this technology? We're on a Zoom tonight with 300 people around the world talking about the only technology in the world that slows cellular aging. Let that soak in for a second. When we're in a world to where as soon as they find out a new phone's coming out, they're waiting at Best Buy to get it. There's nothing wrong with their phone, but they want the best available thing out there. You see, we have where medicine's heading. So for me, that's why I said yes, because of the positioning aspect of it. And I'm going to tell you this. I had no clue me getting involved with this opportunity. Next month will be 10 years, Gabe. I know you got involved in May of 09. I got involved in November of 09. But you could never have told me that my work ethic and me facing my fears and me going out and build a business would have been in a position to impact thousands of people's lives. Guys, I've got over 49,000 customers taking this product every single month. Customers. And they continue to take it every single month because it's life-changing, okay? So let me explain a little bit about this technology that we speak of, all right? We, right now, the world, the way we take care of our health is we supplement our body. We all take supplements. There's nothing wrong with it. Just like 30 years ago, you weren't complaining about your pager. It was the best way for us to communicate. But when a cell phone came out, technology shifted, you adapted. Because the technology was superior, you shifted. So that is the concept of this technology. There's nothing wrong with supplementation. I'm sure we could get on here and go for hours about a supplement A and supplement B and supplement C that's helped your dog, your neighbor, and your sister out with a certain issue. What I'm telling you is we just have found a better way. And it's because of the delivery method of this technology. Supplementation is supplementing where your body's deficient in certain areas. You see, from the time you're born to 20, you're not aging, you're growing, you're getting bigger, you're stronger, healthier. Everything is getting positive. When your physical height stops growing, well, not only did you stop growing, but the enzyme production, survival genes, and cells start slowing down. And so the protective coat that you had from the time you're born to 20, it's just not there as much. So now the oxygen we're breathing, the pollution that we're breathing, all these different things are wearing on your body. And it literally is rusting your cells from the inside out. That is called oxidative stress. And there's nothing you can do. There's no yoga position to change that, okay? The only way you can change that is you've got to turn on the pathway that activates the cells in your body. And that's what Proteanum, our flagship product, does. It's the only product in the world. It's a neurological activator that tells the body, hey, make what's already in there. Turn the factory back on. So it turns the production of cells, enzymes, survival genes back on to where your body starts controlling and protecting yourself from the pollution, the oxygen, the food that we eat. All of these things have byproducts that wear our bodies out. Literally, it's just turning the body back on. So think about something for a second. If you lose power in your home, actually we lost it this weekend at our house. If you lose power in your home, you can supplement energy with a generator, right? So your body quits working, doing what it's supposed to do. So we put good stuff in as an additive, not your body as an additive. We put good supplements in the body to counteract where your body's deficient through supplementation. Simple kind of question. When the power comes back on the house, do you need the generator? So think about that for a second. If we can make the body do what it's supposed to do, there's no need for the supplements. And so, again, we're not here talking bad about any of them. We know they're good. We know they work. We just have a better way. So the point of this is this, and this is the way my brain works. Think about the numbers standpoint, right? Because I was in a position of trying to get back on my feet. And listen, I know a lot of people, the reason why we're here is we got the most powerful products in the world. There's a lot of people out there worried about how to pay their bills because their check hasn't cleared. There's no way, no rhyme or reason you should be going through life like that. So from a financial standpoint, think about the billions and billions and billions of dollars spent on supplementation. And think about having a chance to participate with the massive shift, the biggest discovery in medicine that they've ever found. I know every single one of you, if you had a chance, you would have invested in Facebook knowing what you know now. You would have invested in Uber, you would have invested in Amazon, but you didn't. You didn't. And let me take it one step further. All of those companies I just told you is making a person, the owner, very, very wealthy, right? Mark Zuckerberg is very, very wealthy. He invented something that changed life as we know it. Bezos is very, actually the most wealthiest for Amazon. It's made shopping more convenient. Here's what I like about this industry is in traditional business, you're on your own. In traditional business, you get paid your title. How many people out there are going to work? Tomorrow's Tuesday. You're going to go to work. How many people are sitting at their job tomorrow and go, I'm working harder than Susie, but Susie's got a better title than me. And because Susie has a better title than me, Susie's going to make more money than me. See, the problem with that business structure is you get paid your title, not what you're worth. And with this business structure, why I've grown so fond of it is it rewards proper behavior, and it also pays the person doing the work, which it should be. If I outwork you, I should make more money than you, right? Let's just be real. So the point of it is, in this business model, I get to position myself in front of the masses. There's only 70,000 distributors in the world that are participating and getting the message of this life-changing product. And we've got a lot of products. Get back with the person that invited you. They can go through the long list of products. Just know this. We don't create products to create revenue. We're just not a company that is focused on, hey, guys, what can we do to create revenue? No. We have where medicine's heading. We know this is where medicine's heading. We know the way to your health is to make your body work to its full potential. And what we've done as a company is we've focused on that because no one else knows about it. And so our long line list of product lines all work on turning the body back on, all working at a cellular level. Pretty exciting stuff when you hear small companies like Estee Lauder talk about they're going to work on a skincare line that activates Nerve 2. And the very next sentence says, like the company LifeVantage. Guys, we're a publicly traded company. 10 years ago when I got started, the stock was 35 cents. Our stocks went over 15 bucks the other day. But because of day trade, we popped 13, 15 bucks. But again, 10 years ago, it was 35 cents. And no one knows about us. We're doing $250 million in revenue. But yet the street thinks that we're the top 3,000 stock in all of the NASDAQ. Okay? So the point is, you don't have to go create a business. You don't have to go to get a loan. You don't have to remortgage your house to go start a business to try to make ends meet. You can partner with a company that's got it all done. We've got the products. The cool thing about this type of industry is the corporate side, they handle all the stuff in business that we don't want to handle. They handle the logistics. They handle the liability. They handle all of those back end stuff. I'll tell you this, in traditional business, I actually made more money doing that than what I do now. Here's the difference. I had 200 employees. I had workman's comp. I had general liability. I went to bed worried about my business. I woke up worried about my business. Now, the company ships product to everyone around the world that's in my organization. They send me a royalty check. A royalty check. It was something they didn't teach me in school. Leveraged income is the only way that you can go through life earning money and having time to enjoy your money. You see, in traditional business, there's lots of ways for you to go out and create a lot of revenue and make good finances. But there's also, you got to take that time away from your family to go make it happen. You see, I thought success was making a lot of money, driving nice cars, building a nice house for my family. The downside of traditional business, I wasn't around my family, right? I mean, there's a lot of moms and dads that got to take kids to school tomorrow and then go to work. And then you get home at 5, 6 o'clock, you got to cook dinner and you're tired. Your kids just want to play with you. They just want to see you. It's crazy, guys. Last week I flew to Michigan and worked with some leaders of mine, and my son looked at me and goes, "Where are you going?" I'm like, I've got to go to Michigan for a couple of days. He goes, why? Why are you leaving? And I'm like, listen, you like daddy being home all the time? Yes. Well, I'm going to go help more daddies get home with their kids. Is that okay? He's like, well, hurry back. I mean, he was like dumbfounded that daddy had to leave for 2 days because we do everything together, right? We travel together. We vacation together. I have my kids in homeschool because I want to go see the world, and I want them to be able to leave school. I don't want a school calling and mad because they didn't show up because that's the way the school board gets paid, right? So this opportunity where I thought was just a way for me to get back on my feet has really opened my eyes to going through life in ways that I can't even imagine. I mean, life's pretty surreal to know that on the 15th of every single month, a residual check comes, okay? Here's why Gabe hit on digging the well before you were thirsty. Because sometimes life happens, right? And do we want life to happen? No, we don't want life to happen, but it happens, right? Sometimes it's a death, sometimes it's sickness, sometimes it's a wreck, sometimes it's just financial stress, but sometimes life happens. And we need to be able to go handle life and not worry about freaking money, right? So there's two sides of the coin. Money doesn't make you happy, but you can't live without it. The point of it is this: we have an opportunity to control our finances to where we're not trading time for money. Guess what's better than that? We need to go educate people about the most powerful products in the world. A lot of people ask me, what do you actually do in your business model? And I say, I do in this business model what you do your whole life. And they look at me like this. And I go, what you've done your whole life, this is this business model. We were born to do this, but no one ever told us how to do it in school. Fortunate for all of you guys, you're finding out about it. But here's the concept. Every single one of you guys has told someone to go eat at a good restaurant, right? If you're in Tampa, Florida, you've heard it before, go to Charlie's Steakhouse, number 4 steakhouse in the country. I love the place. When I lived in Tampa, I ate there twice a week, right? If you're in Orlando, go to Eddie V's. If you're in New Orleans, there's a Fleming's that's so consistent with their steak, it will blow your mind. The point of it is, why did I all talk about food? Because I like food, right? I like food. I like good food, and it brings joy to my life. And what we do as humans is what brings joy to our life. We share with our friends and family because we want them to have the same joy. And if they have the same joy at going to those places, I was a part of that equation, and it makes us feel good. It's why you tell your friends to go watch the movie or the TV show you like or the car you like or where you shop. We share things that bring joy to our life. What do we do here? We're sharing information about the most powerful products in the world. The most powerful product. Here's the deal. Whether you say yes or no to this opportunity, I want you to understand one thing. It's where medicine's heading. And in the next 5 to 10 years, every single person you know will be taking this product. We're not representing a product that some people might take. This isn't I hope it might make you feel better. This is the most powerful product in the world, and it's where medicine's heading. They have broke the code to making the body work the way that it's supposed to. And we own it. We own it. We've got patents on it. We've got studies on it. We're publicly traded. We don't have just some CEO calling the shots. We've got a board of directors that come together collectively making every decision. We have the perfect storm. So what I want to tell every single one of you guys, I know looking at this for the first time, you may be going, well, you know, we all have the same thoughts that go through our mind, the fear of the unknown, the fear of what my friends are going to think. I'm sure you're worried about your Facebook status and them figuring out that this is network marketing. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys, okay? When I came back to America and I was broke, no one paid my bills. No one brought me food. No one dropped a car off for me. You have to fend for yourself. And I had to fend for myself. So what I did is I did research. I want you to do research. Rather than going off of what you heard, some brother down the street, Susie's dog, go do some research. And here's what I found out. What I found, there's companies right now in this industry doing over $1 billion a month selling detergent and soap. I know your friends will probably say these things don't work. I just want your friends to explain to me how they're doing over $1 billion a month selling detergent and soap. And in this business model, half of that revenue gets paid out to the leadership. Half of it. 50 cents goes to the corporate side. Half of it gets paid to us. And listen, don't laugh at the pink Cadillacs when you see them delivering makeup, because those chicks are doing $8 billion a year selling makeup. Okay? So that told me when I heard about this for the first time is that this industry worked. It told me, again, we're all equal. Every single one of us around the world are equal. The only thing that separates me from you or anybody else in this world are the choices that we make in life. That told me this industry worked. Here's what else I got really fired up about is those companies were doing it with products that you could get anywhere. What I realized is this industry was built off of a business model of leverage with great products, but no one in this space ever had new technology with patents, let alone, we're not talking about a cell phone. Like Uber's cool and Facebook's cool and Amazon's cool, but none of those companies are saving people's lives. And this technology is, and you have a chance to participate in it. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Your efforts of going out and building a business where you might think it's just for you to achieve some goals that you have, you're going to impact millions of people's lives forever. You're going to give people hope. We build this as a team. You know what's really crazy is Gabe Pearson is not in my organization, and I am not in Gabe Pearson's organization. In traditional business, you have Verizon and AT&T on a Zoom together working with each other. And that's what you have with this type of business model. You're not just on your own. You've got systems in place with people that have built a team and a community that help each other out. If I need help tomorrow with a phone call, with a training, I can text Gabe and I can text the other leadership in this company and they'll jump right on it because we understand the power of leverage and we leverage our leadership and we work together. So guys, here's what I'm going to tell you. The most powerful message tonight is our products. You need to understand what we're talking about. You need to realize this is nothing that you've ever heard before. This is not a product that might make you feel warm and fuzzy. This is where medicine's heading and we own it. And don't watch Shark Tank again and wish you would invent something because I can promise you there's nothing you and I could sit down and come up with as powerful as this. And we just have to sit back and point people in the direction because that's all we're doing. People think this is sales. This is not sales. I don't want to sell you. I don't want to convince you. I promise you I could probably say everything you need to hear to sign up, but you will waste our time if you do it. We want you to sign up because you want more in life. We want you to get on these products because you see value in being healthier. You see value in making your body work to its full potential. That's why we want you to get on these products. We want you to get in the business because you have a desire of change. You're tired of the rat race. You're tired of going through life living for the weekends. You want to put your head above water and not worry about a check cleared before a bill is due. If that's you, then this is an opportunity for you, right? So again, there's no pressure. Just know that write today's date down because you never go back in time. I can promise you, we all saw the movie, those three dudes that were in Mark Zuckerberg's dorm that left, when you were watching the movie going, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said no. You get to write history for you. You get to be the guy who is, Mel, I heard about it. I heard about this. And I heard about this company when they were 10 years old and they were doing $250 million in sales and they were still launching products with patents and changing the game of making the body work to its full potential. And their stock was exploding 10x. And institutions like Virginia Commonwealth in Washington State was saying this was the biggest discovery in medicine. And there was proof all around me. It's on you. So just know we've got your back. We're fired up. We want you to have the best approach to your health. We want you to be in control of your finances. I'm going to tell you right now, we don't talk too much about the money because the money's not a driver in this. We want you to be in a position to, there's a lot of people out there who just need an extra $200 to $300 a month. If there's a way that you can get on these products to change your life and you can get it to where your check's big enough to where they're coming in and you're not paying it, it's a win. It's a win, right? So again, get back with the person that invited you. Here's what I learned in life. The only dumb question in life is the one you don't ask, okay? Get your questions together. We're a publicly traded company. All of the studies behind these products are black and white and peer-reviewed. Understand we're not clinical trials. They're peer-reviewed. Doctors, scientists, they can't dispute peer-reviewed science. It means it's done, it's proven, and it's there for your knowledge to grow and understand it. So, guys, I'm telling you right now, big things are happening to this company. And for me, I feel like it's a tipping point. I know Gabe can feel it. We have been in this thing for 10 years. This is where I feel we're at today. I feel like the last 10 years has been a pre-launch to what's really about to happen to this company. Because like anything in life, when you start something new, you've got to work the kinks out. I'd be crazy to tell you it's been smooth sailing for Gabe and I the last 10 years. But you know what? Our vision was so big on where this was heading that we were willing to go through the ups and downs to get to where we're at. And I'm telling you, the ups and downs, they're the thing of the past. We've got this sucker figured out. The writing is on the wall. The next time you hear about this company, you're going to see, oh my gosh, this company went from $200 million to $500 million to $750 to $1 billion. And the world is going to find out about these products. And I'm going to tell you right now, it happens like that. It happens like that. It takes critical mass. We don't know what creates it. We don't know when it's going to be created. But I can tell you this, when the world finds out that there's the ability to turn the body back on, the shift's happening. And they've got all the science and all of this stuff to back it up. You can't go back in time and go, man, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Or you can't go back in time and say, man, I should have did it and worked a little bit harder. You have an opportunity to gather as much of this company as you want. One of the things that I was so attracted to is there's no ceiling in business. And if you can't tell, I'm slightly competitive when it comes to business. There is no ceiling. If the person that invited you on this call, you outwork them, you'll make more money than them. You outrank them. You get to predict how big of this company, how much this company wants. So, Gabe, I'll pass it back to you, man. I appreciate you offering, the opportunity to come on and join your call. We've got some of my team members on here, so I'll pass it back to you, brother.
Well, I tell you what, man, you've got me ready to make some phone calls right now. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of piggyback on a couple things that you said, because you're spot on, Fred. And the critical mass, a lot of people ask me, and by the way, the definition, folks, of critical mass, and if you don't know what that is, it would be equivalent to branding in traditional business. So in our business, when we hit critical mass, Fred said he had 49,000 consumers. When we hit critical mass, times that by 3, because your business will grow threefold. And if you go to the Direct Selling Association website and look up critical mass, it's when a company is doing 600 million. Well, Fred just told you earlier that this company is right around $250 million, just under $250 million. So we have some time. The reason why this company hasn't hit critical mass yet is because 80% of our revenues are consumers, not the distributors. And that's the safety net. That's the bedrock of LifeVantage. That's, our fortune, so to speak. So really think about that. 80% of the company's revenues are consumers. Most network marketing companies, 80% are distributors and 20% are consumers. So that's huge right there. And I love what Fred said as far as, you can outwork somebody and it's unlimited income potential. This was me for 30 years, and shame on me for always listening to somebody who failed in this industry. I wasn't smart enough to go to somebody who was successful to weigh out my options. I had mentioned to you early when I was doing my intro that a complete stranger walked up to me and introduced this incredible opportunity to me and my family. And I will forever be thankful. Well, she enrolled me. So what that means in this business, she's above me. Well, a lot of you always hear this. People on top make all the money. People at the bottom do all the work, don't get paid. It's a pyramid scam. Well, the lady who enrolled me, there's 10 levels to this compensation plan. She's a 3. I'm a 10. And the person who enrolled her is an 8. So people on top don't make all the money, and people at the bottom do all the work, don't get paid. It's precisely what Fred said. Go out and build a business, work your guts out, and it will pay you. You earn your rank. I really, really appreciate that you saying that. And then just to close tonight's webinar, since it's strictly flame throwing on opportunity, here's what I want all of you to go to bed thinking about tonight is imagine the business that you're in right now. I don't care if you're selling flowers, you have a dry cleaners, you own your lawn business, automotive parts store, whatever it is. What if you're the only person that does what you do? You're the only dry cleaner in the world. You're the only automotive parts store in the world. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Well, I can tell you it's probably a little bit of both, because you can't retract fast enough because you're going to have too many headaches, too much business. But folks, that's what fires Fred up for the last 10 years. That's what fires me up for the last 10 years. And you know, we're 10 years into this and nobody's even close to being able to figure out through food compounds the synergy of them that flips on the good switches, that turns on the good genes and flips off the bad switches. We have no competition. Now think about that. You're the only dry cleaner in the world. You have no competition. And what if ABC News comes knocking on your door tomorrow morning and says, hey guys, been hearing nothing but great things about your dry cleaners. We would like to do a positive spin on it. Would it help you get a few more customers? That's what fires Fred up. That's what fires me up. Folks, that's what we have. And then on top of that, if we need anything else, out of 79 countries and 3,900 different products, a group of incredible scientists just voted and said that our Vitality Stack won this Bronze Stevie Award as one of the best products in the world. Now, do you see a prescription for success right there? That's why we're fired up, okay? So for those of you that don't know, Elite Pro 9s, and I can say this without any compliance issues, because our company is publicly traded. We have an income disclosure statement. I said earlier, Fred is an Elite Pro 9. If you go to lifevantage.com and at the very bottom of the screen, just click on the income disclosure statement. The average check for an Elite Pro 9 is over $45,000 a month. And his wife is an Elite Pro 8, and the average check for a Pro 8, and Fred helped me with this, I'm guessing, I think it's $22,000 a month. And nobody knows anything about this yet. Do you think he's fired up? Do you think I'm fired up? Well, we're hopefully, with both of us tonight, we're trying to get you fired up, because he is absolutely spot on. The best is yet to come, folks. I got involved when the stock was 17 cents and I was getting ridiculed by everybody. He got involved when it was 35 cents. We saw the opportunity. And I tell you what, if you're over 35 years of age, there's once in a lifetime. So get with the person that invited you. And the first thing that we always like to say is thank them, because you have the right list of ingredients on what we're looking for. Could be your integrity, your credibility, your ability to build a business, your circle of influence. Just thank them because they thought enough of you. If you see what Fred has seen and what I have seen and what you've heard tonight, get yourself a LifeVantage ID number, all right? And be on this webinar next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time with 3 to 5 of your guests. And they're going to hear the same thing that you're hearing tonight. If right now you need some more information, just ask the person who invited you and they'll give you that information that you need. But at the very least, you certainly want to get on these products. So with that said, folks, I hope you get a little feel of what LifeVantage is all about. You heard, Elite Pro 9 tonight, Fred Graves, give you his vision, how his mind thinks of what this opportunity is all about. So thank you so much, Fred, for being on. I really appreciate your time. And you're absolutely right. Anything that you need from me, I've got your back. And folks, the reason why that Fred even brought that up is because there's 8 different ways of how we get paid. And when you hit the 7th rank, anything that my team does, he gets a percentage on. And anything that his team does, I get a percentage on. And that's why the culture of this company outweighs everything that Fred said tonight, everything that I said tonight. It just makes it such a great environment and a place that you really want to do business. So with that said, this is Gabe Pearson. Everybody have a